Hello, welcome to Skip Squad Chronicles with me, your host, Dizzy Skips. Every episode, I sit down with someone from our amazing jump rope community to hear their unique story, the ups, the downs, and all the skips in between. Join us as we share laughs, insights, and the spirit that makes this community truly one of a kind. Let's jump right in. Ladies and gents, cats and kittens, I'm so excited to be kicking off the Skip Squad Chronicles podcast. I've been skipping since early 2024 and found this insanely wonderful jump rope community that's so supportive, fun, and has changed my life for the better. You know, I do my best thinking in the shower or while driving or while jumping rope, all places where jotting down notes can be difficult. And several weeks ago, I was skipping on a limestone bench in the park and I had this idea. I wanted to know more about my jump rope friends. And when we're connected on Instagram, it can take time to get to know one another with a maximum of 90 seconds for a reel or 15 seconds for a story and comments feeds. So I thought, what better way to get to know folks than to rope them into an interview where I can have a fun convo and find out what makes our fellow jumpers and shufflers tick. So today, in our maiden voyage, I'm thrilled to talk to my friend Andrea Warburton. She's a lovely person and a fantastic skipper. If you don't know Andrea already, you'll love her. Find Andrea on Instagram at andrea.skips84. So let's jump right in.
Hi.
Hello, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Terrific. So tell us where you're from or where you live.
Oh, I live in Oldham in the United Kingdom. So it's just on the outskirts of Manchester.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I know roughly where Manchester is, but I've never been to the UK. It's one of my, I need to make it there. There's so many people I know in the UK who are fantastic skippers. I feel like we need to have a meetup and someone needs to sponsor me and fly me out there.
Oh, definitely. Well, I think one of the key excuses could be when they have the jump rope meets in London Park. They seem to be big. You definitely meet everyone there.
Goodness. That would be so fun. Yeah. So when did you start jumping?
I started in October 2023. And I started,
Okay.
yeah.
Why? Like what got you to start?
Well, I saw an advert for the cancer research, and it just said 100 skips a day to raise some money for the cancer charity. So, I thought, I could have a try at skipping and see if I can do that for 30 days and earn some money
so
while
cool.
having fun.
Yeah. So within that 30 days, did you like fall in love with jump rope?
Oh, absolutely. It weren't the initial, yes. A fellow skipper, Aaron, he was in the same community, and I saw that he was going on to doing tricks with his skipping rope, and it just excited me. So I started doing tricks, and from there, I saw that I could progress and really get better and do some tricks with my skipping, and I enjoyed doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So much fun. Aaron's a wonderful guy, and I love watching him. He can tie himself, the amount of crosses and stuff he can do, it's hard for my brain to even keep up with.
Oh, I know. It's like a robot.
He's just a crossing machine. Yeah, I know. Right? So, what was it that got you hooked? Was it the tricks? Was it what sort of benefits did you get that made you keep with it?
The fact it's not easy. You have to work at it and put the work in and practice and practice. And then the results, it sort of gives you a high when you unlock a trick and you're recording it and it looks good.
Yeah, I totally get that.
And
one of the other, go ahead, please.
I was also on, I was on a little keep fit journey. And the more I read into skipping, I saw that it was absolutely great for the cardio side of the work, cardio side. And the fact it was fun.
Yeah.
It ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, I know, right? Every once in a while I'm jumping in the park, somebody will run past me and I just think, God, running is so boring compared to jump rope. I don't ever want to run again. How often are you practicing?
Every other day. I try to have some rest days because when I'm not skipping, I'm doing some weights. But I average between about 23,000 steps a day as it is.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's terrific.
So trying to fit in the jump rope is tricky sometimes.
Yeah. So can you, like, what methods have you used to learn? Do you like use an app or do you have a coach or
I
watch
have a
videos?
coach, and I like watching other skippers on Instagram.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
And tell me about your coaching.
well, I'm with always Timeless Jump.
Yeah.
Gardy is running it. Always Gardy Jumpman. At the
Yep.
time, I was considering about 4 different people for coaching, but I kept going back and I kept going back, and his videos just stood out a little bit more. So in the end, I
Yeah.
joined the school, and then I'm on the Timeless Jump app, which is a nutrition based. So you can log in your meals, see how much calories you're consuming. There's workouts on there, so it was just an all rounder. So that was it, and I'm still with him now.
Yeah.
He's teaching me cool routines. I did struggle to put a routine together. I'd just pick up a rope and do anything and everything without it being structured. So he's
Yeah.
giving us routines to do, which I'm enjoying learning. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm loving.
That was obviously a leading question because he's my coach too, and I just love Gotti so much. He is
Yes,
such a fantastic person. You couldn't ask for a better cheerleader, right? Like he's
right.
always in your corner, cheering you on, even if you're, or I should say, even when I'm not doing the tricks right. He's still like, work on it. You could do it.
Yeah,
So
you're still a champ.
yeah, I can't rec. Yeah, I can't recommend him highly enough. And his videos are terrific. One of his videos that got me totally hooked on Gotti was April Fools of this year. He did a video where he was
In the
showing you
banana
how to
suit.
jump rope and he took his rope and he was beating it on the ground. You want to beat it on the ground. I laughed myself silly. I just laughed so hard. I still laugh thinking about it. But I was sold when he did that. So where do you jump? Like, what are your normal places to jump? Where are your favorite places to jump?
At the minute, I'm forced in my kitchen because the weather is windy, rainy. It's awful, the weather at the minute. I like to jump in front of
Yeah.
my house because I have a young little girl, so I can't go too
Okay.
far. Uh,
Hmm.
Ideally, I'd like to go down to the park, uh,
Yeah.
at my local park and jump. But
Are you teaching your daughter? Are you teaching your daughter to skip?
oh yes, my goodness me, Gardy had to put me on mute on Friday because when we joined the Zoom class, there she was with her head in. Look at me, skipping rope in hand, trying to show him all the tricks that she could do. It's a fight for the jump rope mat at the minute, and
Oh my gosh, that is
so it
hilarious.
just put me on mute
Yeah.
because I'm telling it go and sit down, and she's like, "But I've got some tricks to show." So yeah, and he's talking to some newcomers, so I just got put on mute. Yeah, so yeah, she's very good. I'm just trying to teach her
Yeah.
at the minute to keep her hands by her hips, which
Yeah. How old is she?
she's 7, and she's picking it up wonderful.
Okay.
It took me a lot longer than what she's picked it up in.
Yeah. I know when I picked jump rope up as an adult again, I thought, as a kid on the playground, I could jump for frickin' ever. And as an adult, I started and I was like, oh my God, this is hard.
Yeah,
and And I think you're right. The challenge is sort of the fun thing. And as you stick with it and you start noticing that you're improving, it's almost like you build up momentum and you don't want to stop.
that's it. Yeah,
Or at
it's
least
like a high,
that's
isn't it?
that's how I am.
When you see the progress and the changes in your body,
Yeah.
it's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit more about the benefits that you've got from sticking with it and doing it on a regular basis?
Yes. Um, obviously my endurance and my stamina has improved tenfold. I didn't have that much.
Nice.
I didn't have great balance or coordination. They're very good now.
Yeah.
Something actually fell off my side before, and without even looking at it to the side, I caught it. And it was just that sort of little instinct reaction. And I thought
Yeah.
I would not have been able to do that before. So I was quite impressed. So yes, it's improved my coordination, my balance, my endurance and stamina.
Yeah.
It's also improved. How do I put it? So when you want to quit something in frustration that you can't do it, it's helped with that, because instead of quitting, I keep pushing and pushing, and I'm inspired by a lot of skippers on Instagram, knowing that, if you keep practicing this, eventually it will unlock, no matter how hard it is at the beginning.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's a really important thing to remember. I've seen several people post on Instagram recently, like, don't compare like the biggest mistake you can make is to compare yourself to other skippers,
Yeah,
because that can feel defeating or whatever. But if you compare yourself to yourself yesterday or last week or last month, you see that progress, and that's great. And I, I, I think early on in my skipping, I made some crack to Jenny Just Jump about, when I grow up, I want to skip like you. And she had a reply which I really liked, and I can't quote her, but in spirit, it was, your jumping is your jumping, my jumping is my jumping, and that's okay.
yeah.
And that really meant a lot to me because, I've got my own style and I do my thing, and Aaron's got his style where he can wrap himself in a rope like crazy, and you've got your style, and that's all great.
And I think if everybody was watching everyone and we all had the same styles, it would be incredibly boring. The fact that everybody
Yeah.
is bringing something different to the skipping community, I think that's what makes it
Yeah.
so wonderful.
Yeah, I totally agree. What about like, do you have go-to moves or tricks that you really like or that you go back to a lot?
I like the footwork. Yeah, so I started off with my footwork. So and I like to do a lot of footwork in it in my moves. The shuffle,
Yeah, me
the
too.
the side kicks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I am
I'm so
trying
good
to
at it too.
expand and learn a little bit more moves like the wraps and transitions and stuff. And the mic release, my goodness me,
Yeah.
that is frustrating, that thing. Trying to learn the mic release. I could, I want to throw my skipping rope on the floor and jump on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was out in the park on Friday. I left work a little early on Friday, and I was out in the park with this jump rope, which is Janie. I name all my jump ropes. This one is Janie, and she's got longer handles, like 150 millimeter handles. They're heavy, and I was trying to work on releases while it was windy, and I kept hitting myself in the shin. And by the time I went home, my shin was almost black and blue.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm not smart, Andrea. Not smart. So, what do you get from the jump rope community, or like, how has the jump rope community affected you in your journey?
Well, motivation. So sometimes when you've not got the energy to jump or the motivation, I still find myself watching videos, and then it inspires me to pick up my rope and just do it. Just jump. Just go and have a little skipping rope session, and I feel better afterwards. And
Yeah,
the support, I have never come across anything as supportive as the skipping rope community ever. Never.
right.
Everybody's sort of got your
Yeah,
back. The motivating you, supporting you, encouraging you. It's just
yeah.
phenomenal. I love it.
It is. Isn't it just like a wonderful corner of the internet where happy things happen and people pat each other on the back
It
and say,
is
"Go, you're doing great."
absolutely.
Yeah, even when I started out, and I know I wasn't jumping well, my rope was way too long and I'm whacking myself all over the place. My form was terrible. My arms are out to the sides, and people are commenting like, keep going, you're doing great. And that meant a lot to me. And it helped me get back, and do it the next day and do it the next day.
It stops you from being discouraged, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
And then you look back on your own videos and see where you was and where you've come and where you can go. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Always Khadi, and I'm curious, who do you think are some other people in the jump rope community on Instagram that folks should be following or paying attention to?
I don't know whether to answer this question because, sorry, excuse me, everyone I'm following is just incredibly supportive. And, I would say when you start your jump rope community, people are going to pop up, and from watching others, you'll see more videos, and just go with whoever whoever style you like and what you want to learn from them. So I don't have a particular person.
Sure. Well, I think you're right. I really like that. There are so many different styles, and it's fun to see how people interpret their stuff. One thing that's kind of baffling to me, like we have the same coach, and we were in, I think it was like a Friday meeting or something like that, and one of the attendees, I won't give her name out, said, "Yeah, I don't jump with music," and my jaw almost like hit the ground. Like, how can you not jump with music? Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of mystifying. Do you always jump with music?
No. Sometimes I just
No?
And then I wing it, and I spend ages trying to find a song to put to the beat that I'm skipping to. Sometimes I put my music on in the kitchen and then have a little skip. But it's trying to find two phones, because when I press record on my phone, the music stops.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's trying to carry around two phones. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it can be challenging. So, what kind of gear do you use? What kind of ropes do you use?
I've got one from Rush Athletics. I've got dope ropes. I've got timeless jump ropes. I've got a nice little mix. I think, what are these ones? So I've got a dope ropes one here. Is that back to front for you? I've got a timeless jump rope here. I've got a rainbow coloured one. I love that one because it's got soft beads, so if it hits you, it doesn't hurt. From Rush Athletics. I've got three from Timeless Jump because I like them ones. And I've got one from Elevate Ropes.
Mm-hmm.
But my little girl's
You're a woman after my own heart.
Yeah. It's become like candy.
I have a ridiculous number of ropes.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because my little girl just took one of my PVC ropes and she actually puts the beads off the beaded rope onto the PVC rope. She wanted to invent a new rope. I will say it's very heavy. It's very heavy.
Yeah.
But it's skippable. I might have to do a little skip with it and give it a whirl.
Yeah. I like heavier ropes. I just like the sort of heft of them. And I like to jump fast too, and you can get some momentum going.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what advice or experience would you give to people who are just getting started now? Like, just thinking about jumping or just getting started and thinking, oh, am I ever going to learn?
Don't expect
What would you tell them?
To go from beginner to intermediate within a matter of weeks. It takes practice, time, dedication, and not giving up. The more you practice, the better you're going to become. Just don't give up.
Yeah.
Just keep jumping.
My friend Maria gave me this stress ball that says "Don't give up."
Oh,
And
I like that.
I don't know if you can see that. It
Yes,
says
I can
"Don't
see
give
it.
up." Yeah, yeah. It's and I use it. She's taught me breathing techniques that are very good at sort of bringing down the heart rate and the stress level. So speaking of like after a workout session, I don't know about you, but sometimes I have insane cravings after I've been jumping for a while. Do you ever get cravings for specific foods or something else
Uh,
after jumping or working out hard?
no, but because
No?
no, I'm trying to make sure I eat well. I've pretty much gone on a high protein kick because I'm trying to get a six pack. So
Nice.
yeah, I did have a massive love of crisps. I have a massive weakness of crisps. And what's kept me from eating my 2 bags of crisps at night, every night, is checking everybody's skipping rope videos. So I'll hop on Instagram, have a look at everybody's skipping rope videos, and by the time I finish, it's time to go bed. I ain't got time for crisps.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Good for you.
no, actually watching people's
Yeah.
videos has stopped me binge eating my crisps at night time.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
terrific. That's a good tip. I know sometimes, like, I tell myself, oh, don't pick up the phone. You'll get lost in it. Like when it's too late or when I
yeah,
wake up really early in the morning, like, don't pick up the phone because as soon as you look at Instagram, all bets are off, you know?
all bets are off. You're on there
And
for ages.
yeah, yeah. And I pick up the phone, of course, every time.
Yeah.
But, well, Andrea, I really appreciate you joining me to talk today. This was a lot of fun. And anything else you would like to tell folks out in the jump rope community?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. It's one of the best
Well,
communities to join. You know, it is it's the best form of cardio that you could do, and the most supportive
yeah,
community,
absolutely.
and the most
It's
welcoming
so
community,
fun.
and it's
Yeah,
absolutely fun. You know, it's never boring. There's always something to
yeah,
learn.
yeah. I'm kind of an old guy, and I have had more fun this year than I can ever remember having, jumping
Mm,
rope and shuffling.
yeah,
Just amazing.
absolutely.
And part of that is due to you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming
Oh,
on and
well,
talking to
thank you
me
very
and
much.
being so supportive on Instagram. Right back at you, my friend. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a wonderful week.
Oh, thank you. Am I your first one?
You are.
Oh,
You were the maiden voyage here.
privileged.
Yes. Well,
Feel like I should have
yeah,
put some makeup on, but you know, it's just been one of those
oh,
days.
I, I probably should have too, but hey, it's our first one. You know, I'm sure the podcast will become more polished as time goes on, but um, but I'm just so excited to be able to talk to cool people like you. So thank you again, Andrea.
Oh,
Really,
thank you, and
and I will see you
you've
in
been amazing.
class with Gotti.
Yes.
There
Bye.
we go. All right. Bye bye.
Hey, thanks for hanging with us on the Skip Squad Chronicles. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss the next one. And let's keep the Skip Squad growing. Tell a friend, drop a comment, hit like, favorite, and share it on social. I'd really appreciate it. Catch you on the next Skip-tastic episode. That's so stupid.